Good morning. My name is Dixie. I'm from Easy Marketing. If you've ever received text reminders from your doctor's office or maybe a text offer from your favorite retailer or restaurant and thought, I wonder how I could use that for my business, then this is the workshop for you. Over the next 20 minutes, I'm going to give you an introduction to SMS or text messaging and how you can use this easy and relatively inexpensive tool to unlock sales and boost engagement by meeting customers where they're at, which for a lot of people is on their phone 24/7. This workshop is the third installment in our free holiday marketing series. So we invite you back every 2 weeks for those. If you register and you have to miss it, don't worry. We'll just send you a little recap afterwards. And if you're just joining us and you missed the first two, you can also revisit those on our YouTube channel. So that's always available to you. And save the date. We're going to have our holiday mingle jingle on December 14th. It's a live virtual event that's interactive, and we have a lot of great giveaways planned and holiday fun. So you can use the link or the QR code on your screen to register. It is free, and we look forward to kind of celebrating the holidays with you. So these days, pretty much everyone has a smartphone with them at all times. And that presents a valuable opportunity for businesses to connect with customers in a number of ways, namely social media, email, and SMS or text messaging. Each of these channels has unique qualities worthy of a spot in your marketing toolbox. Social media helps you reach a lot of new people, but algorithms can limit your reach. Email marketing gives you ownership of your audience and of your message, but you have to compete in the inbox for your reader's attention. Texts are personal, immediate, and exclusive. When someone receives a text, they look at it, but you have to be really careful not to abuse the connection or you're going to turn people off. In the end, it's organizations that figure out how to use these channels in concert in a way that enhances the customer service experience that win. So as we talk today, I encourage you to think about ways you can use these channels together to support a campaign for your business or organization. So let's say that you have an event coming up or you're running some kind of holiday promotion. You'll often post about that on social media, right, to stimulate engagement and reach a broad audience, and then typically follow up with an email to your current customers and volunteers and people with more details about that. If you use SMS, you can supplement those with a text that calls attention to something pressing. So maybe it's the registration deadline or the last day of the deal. By using all three of these, you can leverage the strength of each channel to keep your organization top of mind and ultimately drive more engagement and sales. When it comes to text messaging specifically, we know that 91% of customers have said they are interested in signing up for text. So it's not a hard sale. It's a communications tool that you guys told me that you're using, that people are comfortable with and have come to rely on. And a cross-channel approach, like I was just discussing, can boost the average user lifetime by 76%. According to a recent report, emails and text from small businesses are the two most helpful communications to consumers when they're making that purchasing decision. So today, we're going to talk about how to use SMS as part of your overall marketing strategy. We'll cover the do's and don'ts of text marketing, how to grow your contact list, and how to create a positive and effective customer experience. So first, the do's and don'ts. Like with email marketing, there are laws and regulations around SMS marketing. So you need to know some do's and don'ts to stay compliant with those. First, you need people to opt in. This means that they're not only providing you with their phone number, but expressly giving permission for you to text them. Second, you'll want to confirm that subscription and provide some appropriate disclaimers and information. So this is going to include a privacy policy, terms and conditions, the message and data rates disclosures, help options, and also the ability to opt out. This is also a good time to set expectations. So let them know how frequently they can expect to hear from you via text. So a really important note here is that just because you already have a customer's phone number doesn't mean that you can just add them to your SMS list. They have to give you express permission. And also, please do not start texting customers from your personal phone. That is a nightmare. You want to use a professional SMS tool to help you stay compliant with all the rules and disclaimers I've just mentioned. And it also makes texting customers quick and simple. So the examples I'm going to be giving you today are from Constant Contact. It's the industry leader in email marketing, and they have a great, really robust SMS tool. We use it for our own marketing business and also recommend it to all of our small business and nonprofit clients. So if all these do's and don'ts feel a little scary, not to worry, you can take care of all of them with a simple landing page. So the example that you see here is what we use for our own business. We made this in a few minutes using Constant Contact, and it has all the necessary ingredients, the opt-in, the privacy policy, terms and conditions, everything you need. You only have to set this up once, and then you're ready to start collecting numbers. So this is a good example. The link in the QR code to the left will take you to our landing page. So you're welcome to go there anytime and use it as an example for your own business or organization. And if you're interested in signing up for text from us, what you would get is, for example, reminders about these workshops and similar, useful information. We don't typically use it as a sales tool. So once you get people to opt in, there are also a few things to keep in mind when it comes to sending text messages. So first, you're always going to include an opt out. People need a way to unsubscribe when they're no longer doing business with you. Also, be mindful of the time. So because of the regulations, you're not permitted to text people from 9 p.m. to 8 a.m. local to the recipient's time. So the problem with that is cell phone numbers are portable, right? You can move from the West Coast to the East Coast and vice versa and keep your same cell number. So that means that area codes are not a reliable indicator of the recipient's time zone. And because of that, we recommend not to send any text between so to have the text always be delivered from between 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern time. And I'll make sure that you are compliant with quiet hours in all the US time zones. So again, have them set up to go out between 11 a.m. and 8 p.m. Eastern time. So now that we've covered some of the rules and regulations, let's talk about how do you get people on your SMS list. So when you have a way to contact customers, you have a way to influence sales or donations. SMS can support that bottom line. So growing your list is really important, just like you want to grow your email list. And the best way to do it is to ask. So ask in person. If you have people checking out, if you have customers or an event, any kind of in-person interaction, that's a great time to provide a link or a QR code and ask people to go ahead and join your list right then. You can also include that same link or QR code in all of your print materials and ask people to join. And obviously through all your online channels. So your website, social media, these are the places to be asking people to join your list. So when it comes to getting people on your list, it helps to know kind of what are the main reasons that people might want to subscribe. For me personally, I'm a bargain shopper. So if you offer me a little bit of a discount or a promotion, I'm in, sign me up, sure, you can text me. Next is exclusive content. So you could provide an ebook or a guide. I think of like realtors, for example. You can't give them a discount on a home, but you could send them a really nice guide to preparing their home when they're getting ready to sell. So that's something that you can use to entice people to enjoy your list. And finally, especially for nonprofits, some people are simply going to join to show support for your organization. So you can appeal to that as well. So think of some kind of hook, something to give people to entice them to give you permission to add the list. So some best practices here are to let people know what's in it for them. So of course, there's going to be that initial incentive to join, but there also needs to be a reason to stay. So what are you going to be texting them about? Are you going to send them maybe special offers periodically? Maybe they're going to be the first to know about new products, services, an event. For nonprofits, maybe volunteers can get first crack at the sign-up list. There has to be something in it for them. Also, make sure you let your subscribers know how frequently that they can expect text from you. So is it going to be twice a month, twice a week? There's a big difference there. So kind of let them know what the expectation will be. And always show your privacy policy and your terms of service when people are opting in. So now let's move on to talk about how to send messages and create a positive customer experience. So in order to keep customers on your list, again, you have to provide some value. You have to keep them happy. So I'm going to give you examples from different sectors, ways that you might be using text message to support your organization. So I'm going to start with retail. So you could use text to share, for example, sales, coupons, or discounts. If you're connected to an e-commerce tool like Shopify, you can send abandoned cart reminders. So if somebody was looking for something and they didn't purchase it, you can send reminders about that. And everybody can use it for new product release information or notifications when something comes back in stock, for example. Some other ideas are building anticipation for new things that are coming or seasonal products, to welcome and nurture new customers, and also to request a product review after the purchase. That's a great time to send a text. For real estate, I'll give you some examples. You can use it for sending information on new listings, to announce when you're having an open house, and also for things like price change alerts. So some other ideas you could use, again, text to welcome and nurture new leads. You could use it for information and reminders about client appreciation events. So this time of year, you're probably having some kind of holiday event. You can text people about that. You can set up status change alerts. So when a property goes under contract or is sold, and also, again, after the sale, you can text to request feedback, to ask them if they have any other questions, and also to ask them to give you an online review. For nonprofits, you might want to text about volunteer opportunities. Of course, about all your fundraising, and definitely about event information. So announcements, reminders, even thank yous after the event. Some other examples might be to notify members about an important email or newsletter update, to send time-sensitive information about the cause. So if it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, or if it's a Red Cross type organization and there was just a hurricane, any kind of time-sensitive need, you definitely want to get out to people quickly using text. You can use it to welcome new subscribers. And depending on the nature of your nonprofit, you might have other messages that are helpful or support your cause. So maybe you send out a weekly inspirational message. Maybe they are reminders to practice self-care or check on your aging parents. So you might think about a series that provides value to people that you could send out. And finally, those of you in the business-to-business world like us can also use SMS. You can use it for events or training information and reminders. You could also remind people to schedule a consultation or a review. So if your organization is regularly doing phone calls to review results on a regular basis, that's something that SMS is great for. And also, of course, to announce new services or to ask for reviews. So these are just some examples to kind of get the wheels turning. So now let's talk about some tips to keep your messages on track. So you always want to include your business name so you identify yourself, because they probably don't have your number in their contacts. You want to keep the text timely and relevant. So think of text as great for keeping people updated on current events and happening. Like in Florida here, we have hurricanes. So if we're going to be closed for the day, that's a great time for a text. And we try to save our more evergreen content, right? Things that are good to read anytime. We'll save that for our email newsletter. You do want to be consistent. So if you're not using text on like a weekly basis, at least send out one a month so that people don't forget that they sign up. And be concise. You get 160 characters, and that includes the spaces. So brevity is key here. A few other tips to remember are to be exclusive. So you want people to get the sense that they are finding out information first that other people are not getting because they're signed up for your text services. Bring value. So we have a great example on the screen. This is a salon that is sending out information about current hairstyles. So that's not necessarily saying book an appointment, but here's some information that might be helpful to you. You want to be personal. So use personal pronouns, or better yet, use the recipient's name, which is an option when you use an SMS tool that you can personalize each one that goes out. And be conversational. So make it feel like you're talking directly to them. Your annual reports are the place for formality, but a text is a place to keep it kind of cool and casual. Finally, as with any marketing tool, you're going to want to measure what works with your SMS and then fix what doesn't. So you're going to pay special attention to click-throughs from your SMS to sales and see how the value of this touch point stacks up against your other marketing channels. So here's a couple things you want to check on. And I want to wrap up so I can get some of your questions, but a few final thoughts. Remember, there are rules and regulations around this that you'll need to follow. So we highly encourage you to use a text marketing platform to help you stay in compliance. There are various places that you can ask people to join your SMS list. So utilize those in-person interactions, your print materials, and all your online sources like your web page and your social media. And last but not least, make sure that you provide a great value by sending timely and relevant information. So if SMS is something you'd like to try, again, we highly recommend Constant Contact as an SMS texting platform. They have all the best practices built right in. So you do not have to be an expert on quiet hours or landing pages or privacy policies. They'll do everything for you. So all you have to come up with is those 160 characters. And we really love it for small businesses and nonprofit because it's relatively inexpensive. It's a sliding scale based on the number of messages that you send each month. So if your list is under 500 people, you're talking $10 a month. So really affordable. And with that, we're going to pause just a moment to take your questions. You can type them right in the question box. Comments are welcome too if you're already using text messaging, or if you've been receiving some and you have either some best practices to share or something that you don't like about texting, you're welcome to share them here. I'll pause just a moment for your question. Okay, so we have one about using it as an add-on. Yes, okay. So if you're using Constant Contact, and there are other tools out there, SMS is an add-on to that. So you're gonna have your email marketing in place, and then you're gonna take your $10 a month or $15 a month, depending on the size of your list, and use this as an add-on. So I don't recommend that you use texting to replace your other marketing channels. You still need to have a website, social media, that kind of thing, a web page. But this is going to supplement it by letting you send out reminders, by letting you send out really time-sensitive information, and to get people, where they're at on their phone. So we encourage you to use all of those things in concert. All right, and we are short on time, but if you think of more questions, I'm going to give you my contact information at the end. Please feel free to email us. We respond to every one of them, and we'd be happy to help you get started with text messaging. So before we go, we want to invite you back in 2 weeks for our free workshop on last-minute holiday marketing ideas. So the sign-up link will be in today's follow-up email, so we hope that you'll join us for that. And please, again, save the date for our Holiday Mingle Jingle. It's a live event. We're going to have giveaways and lots of holiday fun. You'll attend virtually, similar to how you are now, but it won't just be us talking. It'll be interactive. So you can choose if you like to have an open camera, open mic. It's going to be really festive with a lot of great games and prizes. So we're looking forward to that. And as always, we're going to do a drawing for a free consultation just for today's attendees. So if you will, check your follow-up email and you're going to be able to see me drawing the winner. We're also going to include a copy of this slide deck. So if you missed some of the details about privacy policies and characters and that kind of thing, you can go back and revisit it. We're with Easy Marketing. We're located in Northeast Florida with clients throughout the US and abroad. So we specialize in website design and maintenance, email marketing, text marketing, social media, and graphic design. So here's our contact information. Katrine was not able to join us today, but she'll be back next week. And if you have any questions, we're just a call away. And if constant contact or text is something that you think you might want to give a try, the link there in orange will give you a discount. So you're welcome to use that. We thank you for joining us, and we will see you again in 2 weeks. Bye, guys.